I just wanted to have an opportunity here to say a few words to you. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Ron.
I'm Ayer, and my wife Louise and I. Where's my darling?
Right here.
Right here.
Wait in front of your eyes.
My wife Louise and I wanted to do three things today. First of all, is to express our gratitude to all of you, to thank you for the enormity of the task you undertook and the quality of what you've done. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I wanted to celebrate this with you because you are the people who created this. And the third is I want to honor you because the quality is impeccable in terms of every little detail, and the kind of attention you all paid to this is just remarkable. And I know you have your spouses and your partners here. I would invite you to take them around and proudly show what it is you have done, because virtually every aspect of this construction is represented here today. Almost nobody's missing. So we are absolutely thrilled to death. We even have a little plaque on the side here in honor of all of you who have actually invested your hearts, minds, and time. I've seen your frozen knuckles and your blue fingers. You know, we actually rented the house right there for about 3 years to watch this construction unfold right from the beginning. When Donnie and Mike Antonarelli were clearing the brush here, we thought, oh my God, this is going to take us forever. But here we are, you know. So
It didn't take us forever, but it was worth it.
So I want to say just a few things. The first thing is this construction is unique. It's called Vastu, which represents an Eastern discipline with respect to architecture. My wife and Joy Cumming, where's Joy? Come on up here, Joy. Joy Cumming, our architect, both studied this architectural discipline, which has a lot of detailed attention to the basic core principles of being, which is that which envelops the universe. And every aspect of this construction pays attention to that. The positioning of the home is direct east, and the opening of the north-south and east-west corridors, the layout of the rooms, the where our bedrooms would be, where our kids' bedrooms would be, where the kitchen would be. All of this is very, very clearly determined by this discipline. You all have heard of Feng Shui. This is somewhat similar, but it's an even older discipline. Now, Joy here actually went through the process of studying this with Louise, in really learning how this is all done, and the construction was, you know, really in honor of that kind of discipline to ensure that it is very, very authentic with respect to Vastu, which brings, you know, prosperity to not just us, to everybody who's been associated with this, which is all of you.
Thank God.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
The second thing I want to honor is, besides Joy, is Betsy. Betsy, come on up here. Betsy Ferdney is the one who actually coaxed and seduced my wife to coming up to the camp. I had absolutely no intent of getting out of Connecticut, but she basically sold Louise the idea of coming to Cape Cod because this land, first of all, is actually a land that was owned initially by relatives of hers through her brother's side. Her brother Eric is here somewhere. There he is. Eric Dickey married to the Cochrans, Helen Cochran, who's now deceased. Their family actually bought 30 acres of this land here for $30 in 1900.
200.
Wow.
$200, like I said. And then they bought another 70 acres, and they bequeathed most of that to the Conservation Trust, but they had a few parcels that they retained for their families, and 2 or 3 of them were sold to people outside the family, and we fortunately got one of them. And
This
that's,
was a virgin land, which is a miracle to get a parcel like this on the Pleasant Bay.
Yeah.
so that's what got my wife here. After much whining, I finally capitulated. So here we are with this wonderful home. The other thing about this home, and I won't take too long because the food's gonna get cold. The other thing about this is both Louise and Betsy really felt that everything here should be natural materials. So the quality of that construction is because of one unbelievably talented individual, Craig Sweeney.
Craig
Very-
Sweeney.
Very- If there is somebody whose capacity to envision something as complex as this and then carry it out meticulously with very little error, or at least errors that I know of, it's because of Craig. And the quality of leadership that he displayed in terms of the team that he built here is just outstanding. The people who worked for him, whether they were directly employed by him or subcontracted by him, all admired Craig's dedication to the nature of the work. Everything here is detailed, and I could just go around and tell you all the things, but I would encourage you to take your partner out around the house, and they will.
Upstairs and downstairs.
And they will point out to you what it is that they accomplished in this place, which is phenomenal. So, without further ado, let me thank you first, express the deepest appreciation. Louise and I really appreciate it. We want to thank the spouses and partners for having put up with, the kinds of work schedules sometimes over the weekend for what was accomplished. And you're free to wander around and look. But before I release you, I wanted to offer Craig and Joy the opportunity to say a few words. Did you want to say anything, honey?
No, I want to sit down.
Okay.
Should have been enough.
Well, everything that Romney said, I share with great sentiment. The incredible quality of craftsmanship, the dedication, just the warm atmosphere on the site from day one to the day we finished. There's really never been a project like it as far as I'm concerned. I can't be expressive enough about the gratitude that I have for Louise and Romney for giving me the opportunity to work on a project of this scope, this scale, with this much. I think I made a commitment about a year before I met Louise that I really wanted to do sacred architecture, and I didn't mean a church. I meant a building that meant something to people above and beyond the functionality, and that's the opportunity that you've both given me, and then the opportunity to work with Craig and his team, and my office, who was just phenomenal. Every one of them just took to it with such passion, and each one added something quite unique to the final outcome. So I can't thank Anna and Trevor and Dane and Eric Larson, who helped us mastermind the structure, which it wasn't easy in its own right because very little steel was allowed to be used. So I could go on, but I just wanted to say to everyone, thank you so much.
Woo.
Thank you, Joy and Romney. I probably will go on and on a little bit because I do want to introduce. Everybody who worked on the project because I'm getting the accolades, but text support.
Kathy, give him a foam helmet.
Yeah. All right.
The secret to Craig's
Exactly.
greatness.
CEO.
She did the construction management like what I do.
So I want to introduce everyone because, a large team, a lot of hands went into this, a lot of minds, and I'm just going to start from the ground up, so to speak. The beach stairs when I first came here, first day, I think the second day I met Romney and Louise, Jeff and Gretel Norgio were a little more than halfway through the beach stairs, which are amazing. If you can trudge through the snow, you can check those out. On to the site work. Mike Antonarelli, Donnie Williams. You'll see a lot of artwork in this house, but there's also people who can create art with a Cat 315, and that's Donnie. From day one to pretty much the end of the project. You
He's
know?
still doing it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Plowing the snow too. Thanks, Donnie. Dave's wife is propping him up right now. He's barely staying awake. Moving on to our foundation. I don't know if Steve Du Bois made it over here, but concrete foundations, flat work, Austin Jalbert, Brad Jones, Buddy Plant. Is Buddy here?
Back there,
Where is he?
back around the corner.
Oh, he's here?
Thanks, Buddy. They did some amazing work in the basement. Unfortunately, it's still covered up with masonite because we're waiting on phase 2 to finish the basement, just until funds come available.
Louise, make up her mind.
And then we got into the actual building, and we were lucky enough to connect with DePretta Custom Building. We got Eric DePretta. We got Steve Arden. Raise your hand, Steve. Eric Ellis. Michael Farley.
Mike Farley.
Ron Lindsay. Big Ron here?
I haven't heard a motorcycle yet.
No. So, yeah. So these, those guys plus some of our crew, we worked seamlessly together to get this frame up. And I can tell you, just if you're in the Bronx, just look up. One of the most challenging things about this house is what you see right above you. Thanks, Eric Larson, for those little flitch plates. He's right behind you, Eric. You can talk to him about that. On through the exterior trim, everything out there in the porch, the balconies, all carried through probably 18 months worth of work by Eric's guys and our crew. Moving on from there, we're getting into the mechanical trades, Tindall and Clark, plumbing and heating. There's Lee, Jay, Dylan, Dan, Jeff, are they here? Not yet? There you go, Jeff. North Star Heating and Cooling, Bill Olson, Josh Gardner. We got a geothermal heat system. If you have a chance, when you go down in the basement, take a left at the bottom of the basement stairs and just check out that equipment room. When you go down, left. That way. I'll give you a tour at the end of the park. There's 18 zones of heat. It's quite a sculpture down there. Chase Electric. Unfortunately, Mike Chase could not be here. He's the one who pulled most of the wire through this house. But his father, Mark, and Mac. Yeah, Mac. Part of the Vastu home was that everything had to be shielded because of EMFs. So every wire in the house is armored cable. Thermostat wires are shielded, cable wires are shielded. Let's just say there's a few miles of cable in the house. Joy put a few lights here and there, as you can see. Moving on to masonry. We had a few masons on the project, one of which, Rod Zander. Hey, Rod, I haven't said hello yet today. Rod did our bake oven, the 2 Rumford fireplaces, one here in the living room, one up in the library. Jalbert Masonry, Christian and Dave Jalbert did the chimneys. Also our planter boxes in the greenhouse and the light wells in the back. And then the exterior stuff, Crossroads, landscaping.
The best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you, Craig Pension. You can still see the stone, even though it's covered with snow. We swept that off for you. Yeah. And Crazy guys, Dan, Seymour, Paul, Craig, you're gonna have to help me out. Charles, Jazzy, Horace, Delmar,
Horace had to go get a pair of socks.
Paul. So, yeah, we'll get him. We'll get him when he comes in. Yeah, that's the artist group. I'm working my way through. But thank you. Now you messed me up. All right, so we're gonna get into.
This is how the whole project.
Exactly.
I was usually in the.
You tell me if I missed anyone.
Okay.
After the Masons, we go into the artists and the project. So he works with concrete, but he's definitely an artist. Derek Oliver. Where's Derek? There he is.
Yeah.
Well, this arch, those two panels where we have art, there's a plinth that wraps around the entire house, which unfortunately you probably can't get a great look at today. That's all Derek's work. There's a bathroom down there. It's got a floor and countertops, also his work. Dale Wade. Where's Dale?
She's here, I saw her.
I know, I saw her.
Yeah, she's here.
Hi there.
Hey Dale. So specialty painting, the bake oven, the elevator, the greenhouse, stairway, the copper front doors, which are not copper.
Meditation room. Yeah, meditation room.
No. Gail, where's Gail? Gail Easton.
Gail?
We're gonna be. She's eating hors d'oeuvres. I know she took this opportunity to get food. And there's a few other artists who are not here. Luis Carlos did the sculpture. Dawn Meter, correct?
Yeah.
The tile mosaic. Lynn Hovey did the stained glass. Tell me if I'm missing anybody, Joy.
Rob Cribwell.
Rob Cribwell did the tile in the bake oven. Our greenhouse. Lucas, I know I saw you somewhere.
There he is.
Josh, is Josh here?
No.
No Josh. Mark Ward? No Mark Ward. All right. Lucas helped us set up out there, gave us some design tips on the interior. Hans Vanderspek did the shade cloth. What else? Marble and granite, Dave Broussard. All the countertops throughout.
The best.
Fireplace surrounds.
Glass.
Orny,
Yeah.
thank you. Where is he?
Right there.
Orny Beltran, the glass house. If you haven't been upstairs, you'll see that there are a lot of mirrors above this soffit band, meant to reflect the structure of the roof throughout the house. All the X-glass, the front doors, the X-glass of the sash here, the glass roof on the south court, all the showers. Anything else, Orny? Interior windows,
The interior windows, the mirrors, the pianos.
and all that stuff.
Was made that a glass inside of the house. Yes, we did it.
Dave Mason?
We're gonna get to that.
Oh, okay.
So I'm moving into the carpenters, the finished carpenters who helped us out, and cabinet makers. Dave Mason is one. Raise your hand, Dave. The fireplace around the computer table, which unfortunately has a tablecloth over it, but it does look good.
Why'd you cover it up, Greg?
Upstairs, the Louise Romney's closets, that little fancy half bath down there, the mudroom cubbies. Dave Holbrook, where's Dave? There he is. So Dave joined us. Dave joined us last March, and came in and just kicked butt. Super productive. Although there's probably a few Dutchmen around here, and you get a prize if you can find them. But you won't find them. Dave also orchestrated this coffered ceiling, and he also got us published in Journal Light Construction. Carl Gary. Carl trimmed out every single window in the house. Took him 6 months. But he stayed here for a year, so he had a few other tasks to take care of. Liam McCoo, I saw Liam sneak in. Liam joined us this summer and helped us anywhere and everywhere with finish work. One of which are these two light fixtures above your head. Liam made, along with a lot of the stairs, the coffered ceilings, a whole bunch of other items. Oh, those two mahogany front doors as well. Who am I missing? I'm getting to them. Arthur Jalbert. Just one of 5 Jalberts involved with the project. He helped us with a lot of turnings, like these newel post caps. There's a coat hook down in the mud room, and various dowels. He was definitely key to have.
The best way he helped you is produce all these Jalberts.
Yeah, he did. Although his wife, who didn't make it, would have something to say about who did the most work there. Painting, McCrae painting. So I think they came in just on the interior, probably started in May and finished in December. Is that right? I think it was that long. Yeah. So, can you still remember which walls are house white, lime white, strong white, Wimborne white? If you're not a painter and you can guess which colors are which, you get a free pair of shoes downstairs in the basement.
Your pick.
Yeah, your pick. Pick the most expensive ones.
They were also very tolerant of all the colors.
They were very tolerant of all the colors. Louise was very bold with color. Then I'm going to move into my crew. Tim Toll. Tim set all the tile in the house. Some with Keith Jalbert's help. Keith's up there. Also doing a lot of carpentry work too. Thomas Moses, right there. Thomas, raise your hand. Thomas did a lot of work up in Anjali's bedroom, which has a platform bed in it, and the pull-out closets, and a whole bunch of other things. Again, these guys did a lot more than what I'm pointing out, but I'm trying to streamline things. I mentioned Keith Jalbert up there. Started with us in the spring, late spring. Mark Sandstrom. So I always say, if we have to pare down, Mark is the last one standing. Because Mark sanded and finished every stick of wood that you see above you. Go out on the porch.
When it's
Likewise.
sunny and 70, when it's sunny and 70, we're doing tongue oil.
Yeah. Along with a whole host of other tasks. Who am I missing? Yeah, Brian Porter. Brian scribed a mile's worth of baseboard. Chris Dickey. Raise your hand, Chris. Chris jumped in and helped us out part-time, doing anything and everything, but his talents were not wasted. He's actually an excellent furniture maker. Joe Krikorian. Sorry, Joe, I almost forgot you. Hardwood flooring. Yeah, Joe's here. I saw Joe. Where is he? Joe and Kyle and Chris and Mike, all the hickory floors and the cherry floors.
Did you do the plumbing?
Oh yeah, I'm getting there. All right. Yeah, I got the plumbers. And then we get into the management team. Erica O'Reilly. So to please Romney, we have 4,000 spreadsheets created. Erica made them all. And then my wife Karen, the CEO, who had to put up with me. So I think I have everyone. Please tell me, Eric Larson, structural engineer, who Joy did mention. Yes. No, I'm going to go through your whole office.
Let me know eating.
Yeah, I'm sorry, this is taking a long time, but I want to go through, because Joy mentioned it, but I want to mention him again. Trevor, who was with us in the beginning when we were framing. Ala Kennedy.
Where is all?
Is he here?
It's not here today.
Oh.
Trevor, Delaney came in her place.
Okay.
Or it,
Ollie did all the cushions, curtains. Dane did a SketchUp model that helped us immensely through the frame. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't have been able to figure it out. Anna detailed the entire interior of this house. 7 pages on the staircase alone. Robin cooked.
downstairs.
Yep. Matt. Ken Post.
Yep.
Andrew.
Andrew said was gonna pop by.
He's there. I see him back there.
Andrew's there.
We photographed the whole place. I think I got everybody.
David Little.
Oh yeah. You know what? I missed the first David Little and Russ Holden, the surveyors, and Ben Zender. So the reason this house faces east is because of Ryder Wilcox. Checked numerous times. I think I have them all.
Betsy, did you want to say?
I would just say, I'll wait till you're done, though, Craig.
Silvestri, Betsy, landscape design, Betsy Fertney. If you want something done, just put it on Betsy's list.
Well, only if you're all set.
All right, I'm just gonna wrap it up. Romney and Louise, thank you so much for allowing us to build your house. For allowing me to speak, and thank everybody.
I just wanted to say that I want all the contractors to know that there wasn't a single person who didn't who came to this job site, who didn't say what a incredibly cooperative, helpful, superior team that was here. Everyone was a joy to work with, everyone helped everyone else, and it was a wonderful thing. The only other 2 people I might mention is going back to fall of 2012. If it wasn't for Jeff Cusack, where are you? Jeff Cusack! He called me in February, he said, I think I got her. By the afternoon, Louise was on the phone and we were putting a bid in. It was just the right place. So Jeff, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And not enough accolades to David Little. I cannot tell you, it wasn't just the outside, but the inside. That man and his crew measured more things than you can even imagine. It was unbelievable, and if we needed them, they were here in the blinking of an eye, and we really, really appreciated it. The day of the closing in April, the very day they closed on this land, Donnie and Mike were on site. We started the day of the closing, and that was April of 2013, and Donnie and Mike have been 100% all the way through. And the other crew that was here from the beginning to the end is Crossroads and Craig and his crew. I'm telling you, I'm sorry there's a foot of snow. You can't appreciate what they did, but hopefully at some point you'll have a chance to stroll this property. It is extraordinary. Seth Wilkinson, we not only did our coastal bank once, restored it once, we had to restore it twice. So all those things happened, even before the foundation was in the ground. And then my hat's off again to all the contractors, the electricians and
Sylvester.
the plumbers and Sylvester now, who's helping us manage everything. There were contractors who worked inside and I was pulling them outside, and everybody did it with such grace and such good humor that truly, I really appreciated it from each and every one of you. And I am here to tell you, you have made Louise's dream come true.
And thank you,
She
everyone.
As my mother would say, good God, let's eat. But I do want to acknowledge one other person because his work is around this house all over the place. His name is David Leach. He couldn't be here. The dining table and chairs, the mirror, the chest of drawers in my bedroom, the dining table and the nook. He's got so much. The Brahmastan table. He's just got furniture all over the place. Much of the finely crafted furniture is by David Leach, so it's all handwork. Part of this is because Louise and I believe in helping, really giving artists a chance to show off their work. We just think it is so much fun. It gives us great pleasure in doing that. So it is with that sense of pride, and it's with that desire to honor all of you we're hosting this evening. And we want you to just enjoy yourselves. And one more time, thank you for doing what you've done.